welcome to the VonderKnits Podcast, episode number 12. My name is Kayla, and I am your host on this knitting, crocheting, and making YouTube channel. It is Thursday, December 28th, 2023, and I am excited just to share all the things that I have been working on the past, I want to say month and a half. So if you're ready for that, just get yourself a drink and let's hang out and chat some crafting. Before we get into it though, if you want to follow me elsewhere, I can be found on the internet as VonderKnits on Instagram and on Ravelry as Kayla VonderKnit. Okay, let's get into finished objects. I have a pile. The crafting bug hit and I have just been knitting. So first, we will jump into some finished socks that I worked on for my niece as a Christmas gift. I believe I knit these on US size 1, 2.25 millimeter magic loop, and it is a Knitpicks Hawthorne Kettle Dye, and the colorway is Equinox, and it's 60 stitches. It is a 2x2 rib, and I think I did 60 rounds on the leg for her. And then I just did a heel flap gusset all the way down to the toe and decrease. And these are a Christmas gift for her. So, hooray! My second finished object is I believe I called these my haunted trail socks in the last episode. I did a 2x2 broken rib on these, and the yarn is Haunted Trails by Solstice Fiber Studio. But the colors are really good, super fallish. I knit these on US size 1, 2.25 millimeter needles on 9-inch circulars, and I did a 2x2 broken rib. Yeah, these are for me. I did a slip stitch heel flap, and then a gusset, and then just decreased on down the foot. And I really like these. They are fall though, and I'm sad that I didn't get them finished in time for like the end of the fall season, but they're done now and I'm excited that I get to wear them. And then, I believe I showed these last time. These are some sleeping pants that I made for my son for Christmas. Let me back it up. So I did not follow a pattern for these. I've made him sleeping shorts in the past, and I took notes when I made those. So when I cast these on for him, I just made some adjustments because he's gotten a little bit bigger. But I knit these out of Big Twist Tweed from Joann's in the colorway dark green. And then I used a US size 6 on the waistband. And then I did actually make an I-cord waistband on US size 6 that I could just weave in and out. And then I switched to US size 8 for the legs. And then for the cuffs, again, a US size 6. And then I just split them. Yeah, I did increases down the front and the back to give them space. And I did a little bit of short row shaping in the back, so the back was a little bit higher than the front. But yeah, those are done, and he loves them. I think they're too hot, though. It's like in the 50s right now, where we live in Western Washington. So we have been warm. But yes, and then we'll start with the sweater. So I knit a sweater for my niece as well for Christmas. This is the Lodge Sweater. It is a pattern by Ozetta. Whoops, that is a floppy neck. It's got like a higher than normal neck band. Yeah, I made the smallest size in the pattern. I believe it's an extra small, and then I use Knitpicks Wool of the Andes Tweed, the worsted weight yarn, in the colorway Vineyard Heather. But yeah, I followed the pattern to a T. I just added an extra ½ inch on the body because my niece is really tall, so I wanted her to kind of have a little bit extra body on the bottom. But yeah, that was good. I used a US size 8 all over, which is what the pattern called for. And I've knit this pattern before. I've made myself a Lodge sweater. But yeah, it was easy peasy. I really like that pattern. I wear mine all the time. And then I had some extra yarn left over from that, so I decided to knit a pair of slippers. Oh, they're so good. So again, this is Knitpicks Wool of the Andes Tweed in the colorway Vineyard Heather. Vineyard Heather. And the pattern is the Squall Slippers by Larkspur Knits. And the pattern came in the book Salt and Timber, which are knits inspired by the Pacific Northwest coast. But these were really fun. I had never I don't think I've ever made slippers. I've crocheted little baby booties before, but I've never knit slippers. So it's got a really pretty cable cuff, and then you knit the cuff part first, and then you just pick up stitches like a sock. But the worsted is held double here, and I believe I used a US size 5 to make these. But yeah, they're so good. These are also a gift as well, but I definitely want to make myself a pair. They're so cute. They are nice and bulky too, like nice and sturdy sock. Okay, and then, sorry, drink break. I finished some hats. So, I have this Musselburgh. It is for me, and it is in Plies and Hellhounds yarn in the colorway Pumpkin Throne. And it is on the Tesla base, which is Gabby's BFL silk and cashmere blend. It is a really good hat. I started this in October, and then I think I did a little bit, and then I stopped knitting on it, and then halfway through knitting for the gift knitting season, I found this again in a bag, and I'm like, I just want to finish it, because I was like 3/4 of the way done, because I would just like knit a few rounds here and there, and I would take it to gymnastics practice. So yeah, I finished it. It's really cute. It's a Musselburgh. I did use a US size 1 2.25 millimeter to knit this. I did magic loop until I was done with the increases, and then just knit it on 16-inch circulars. Yeah, 16-inch circulars. But I have a pair of Chiaogu interchangeables that I love to knit the hats on. But yeah, and then this pom-pom came in a yarnable box, and I think it was the Halloween, well, not Halloween, but October box. I did throw the tag away, but it's super cute. And it is just one of the pom-poms that you can just stick in. It has a toggle on it that you can attach, so then it's super easy to take off as well. But yeah, it's super cute. But it is super cozy hat. I love how luxurious it feels because it's the silk and cashmere base. And one more thing I wanted to say about it. What was it? It's Pumpkin Throne. I wanted to say one more thing. Oh, I knit a adult medium. And if you don't know what the Musselburgh pattern is, it is written by Ysolda Teague, and basically it's like a plug and play pattern. You knit until you can get gauge, and then you just put whatever your gauge is. You plug that number into whatever size you want to make, and then it just tells you like how many increases to do and how long to make it. So I've made, this is my third one I've made, and I love it. Everyone in my house wants Musselburgh hats, so it goes in our, well, this one's not going to go in the share bin, but all of our other Musselburghs have gone in the winter share bin for everyone just to kind of share and put on. But yeah, the color's so pretty. It's got like little, like random teal stitches too, like greeny teal stitches that make me really happy. Like right there's like a greeny teal stitch. So good, love it. And then my husband requested a Musselburgh, and sorry, peppermint tea break. My husband requested a Musselburgh, and he is fancy, and he wanted to pick out yarn from Spincycle yarns, and we only live about 30 minutes away from the brick and mortar, which is exciting. So we ran up to Bellingham, Washington to check out the brick and mortar, and he picked out a couple of skeins of yarn for his own Musselburgh. So again, this is the Musselburgh by Ysolda Teague. I knit this on US size 2, 2.75 millimeter needles. I started with the magic loop again for the increases in the beginning, and then switched to the 16-inch circulars to knit the body. What else do I want to say? This yarn is awesome. Oh, it makes me want to spin again, which I think I'm going to try to do next year. I miss spinning. It's my most relaxing craft I do. But yeah, the colors are Reykjavik, which is beautiful gray colors. Sorry, kitty cat. And flip it inside out. Devilish Grin. And this is Spincycle's Dyed in the Wool, which is a sport weight yarn. It comes in 50-gram hanks, and we just bought 2. And yeah, I knit half the hat, and when I got halfway to what it needed, the length it needed, I switched colors. And that way, he can wear it with a different, when he folds it up, he has the brim be a different color. I think he likes the gray hat better with the red brim. I'll put it on. But yeah, so I knit an adult medium again, but I did get, I want to say 8 stitches per inch, because this is a sport weight yarn and I was knitting it on bigger needles. But yeah, it's so good. It's really pretty. I really like it. He kind of accidentally went with Ohio State colors. That's okay. Maybe we'll have to I'll have to make a Washington colored one or an Oregon colored one. Oh, or a UK one. We went to UK for college, so maybe I'll make a UK one. That'd be pretty. But, oh, so good. He really likes it. He's excited to wear it. It just came off the blocking hanger, I want to say like 2 days ago. I wanted to try to get it done for Christmas. That didn't happen. I was done knitting it. It just needed to be blocked because the hand spun vibes are kind of like bumpy and it just needed to be spread out a bit. So it is really pretty. This yarn is awesome. Like I said, it makes me want to start spinning yarn again. I really miss spinning. It makes me sleepy, but I really miss it. So good. Oh, so good. All right. And then, last but not least, I wanted to knit something for my grandmother for Christmas because I've never made her something. I've never made anything for her, like knit or crochet wise. So, she likes to wear like head scarves and little scarves. So I ended up grabbing the Sophie Scarf pattern by PetiteKnits, and I knit a Sophie Scarf croissant for her. Let me roll it up so it looks like a croissant. This is Knitpicks Alpaca Cloud in the colorway Lucille. It's 100% fingering weight alpaca yarn. I held it double to get the deco weight yarn that the pattern calls for. It's a croissant. This is the larger size. It comes in 2 sizes. And yeah, it's super soft. Oh, that end. I need to fix that end. But yeah, super soft. And it's super warm because it's alpaca. And then, da-da-da-da. But yeah, I held it double, and then the pattern calls for a size 4 needle, which is what I used. And yeah, sorry, I don't have my notes are kind of crazy this week because it has been a crazy few weeks. Sorry, there's a large swan outside. It's been a crazy few weeks, and I've just been gift knitting like a crazy person. So yeah. Sophie Scarf. It's really cute. So anyway, I knit this for my grandmother, and my kids lost their minds, and they wanted Sophie scarves as well, which is good because I had picked up a few skeins of yarn for each of them, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to make out of it. But then they wanted a Sophie scarf, so it was perfect. So my son got a Sophie scarf out of this pickly color. Oh no, it looks like the kitty cat pulled a string, but let me get it here. This is Madeline Tosh's Hue of the Moment from September 2023, and the colorway is short court, and it's pickleball inspired. and pickleball was created here in Washington. Fun fact. But yeah, again, it's a fingering weight held double, and I use a US size 4 needle to knit this, and I did knit the larger size. Sorry, I have a like ever-growing stack of finished objects here. Let me move these. I'm crushing the computer mouse. Y'all, I have been crafting. Ooh. And then for my daughter, I picked up Madeline Tasha's Hue of the Moment from October 2023 in the colorway Goosebumps. Another Sophie Scarf, the larger size. It is a fingering weight held double, US size 4 needle to knit it. I already said I knit the larger size, but yeah. It's perfect for her because she just started reading through the Goosebumps series and she's obsessed. So, and purple and black are her favorite colors. So this was so good. So good. Yeah, those are all my finished objects. I have been crafting. I helped my daughter actually finish a hat for her Gigi, so I'm excited for her Gigi to open that. But okay, so works in progress. I have picked up my northeasterly blanket again, and I have been working on that. I want to say I've only done like 2 rows, so I didn't want to bring it out. It's hard to show you blankets anyways, and I think I showed it not too long ago. And it is just scraps that I have knit from the past, or scraps that I've saved up from like the last 4 years. And so it's just a scrappy northeasterly blanket. But I did cast on a cardigan for myself. I have to be careful because the stitches are barely hanging on there. I should have put end keepers on them, but this cardigan is the Oversized Seasons cardigan pattern by Ozetta. I am knitting the size 5, and I am knitting it out of Joann's Big Twist Tweed in the cream colorway. I believe Kay of A Crazy Sock Lady podcast started this cardigan as well, and she ended up frogging it, which is fine, but I was totally inspired by her. So can't really tell. Let me back it up. It is a big squidgy cardigan. It is a half fisherman rib cardigan. So I don't think I've ever, no, I don't think I've ever done half fisherman rib, but you can see that there. And then you knit the button band on as well. So you carry like these on, I carried them on 16-inch needles. And I just had these separated out from the main body. But yeah, I am using a US size 8, which is what the pattern calls for. And then I am knitting the sleeve. We're getting ready to fall out here. On 8-inch circulars. I have another Chiaogu a Chiaogu set of the small interchangeables. And I am knitting them on that, which is how I usually knit my sleeves. I used to do my sleeves 2 at a time, and I would have them on longer cords, but then I got this interchangeable set, which I love, because I just zoom right down the length of the sleeve. But yeah, so good. I'm excited for this. I knit it extra long, so it hits below my hip, but I wanted the extra length because I want this to be huge and squishy and cozy. I really like it. I'm excited for it. Yeah, and then you like do the half fisherman rib, and then I got to the bottom and I switched to US size 6 needles, which is the same size that the attached button band is knit in. And yeah, I think I have one more decrease on the sleeve, and then I'm good to start the smaller ribbing. I'm very excited for this. This was a learning, this was a learning curve, learning adventure. This was something. And I started it once and I frogged it, and then I had to start it again, and then my numbers were still off, and then I just said, oh well, it'll be fine. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if I just didn't understand the pattern. Luckily I've knit lots of sweaters and cardigans, so I like kind of know the basic like how to do it. so I could kind of figure it out. But when I don't know, the beginning was kind of hard to understand, and I was knitting in a different like pattern I've never knitted before, so my counting the counting's just different for it. Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. It's so squishy and I can't wait for it to be done. But I don't know if I just misread how to make it and didn't understand it. Like I said, I started it once. I got probably a few inches into it. Had to frog back because I did it wrong. And then I thought I was doing it right. And like everything was kind of matching up and I was just kind of winging it. And then I got to when it was time to separate off for the sleeves and my numbers were all off. I don't know, that might have just been me not counting, or yeah, not counting correctly or not paying attention, but usually my numbers aren't that bad. But anyway, there were some parts in the pattern that were kind of confusing, but I made cardigans and sweaters so frequently that I could kind of figure it out. But I think just the fisherman's rib made it a little bit harder because you're knitting in a specific stitch pattern. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the cardigan. The pattern was confusing at times in parts, but it's gorgeous and I like the way it looks. Yeah. So I just, when my stitch counts were off, I just kept doing increases till they were in the right spot. So the yoke is maybe like a couple of a couple of repeats deeper than it should be, but that's fine because I have a deep measurement from my neck to my under armpit anyway, so it's fine. It's an oversized cardigan, it'll be great. But yeah, so I'm almost ready to start the cuff at the bottom on that, and I'm excited to have that finished and I can wear it. Although I don't know if I'm gonna, like I said, it's like 55 degrees here today. It is warm. I'm wearing a t-shirt. My kids were in their swimsuits earlier running around the house, so but yeah, that's what I've been working on. That whole pile. I know that I flew through it. I don't have most of the tags anymore just because we're trying to like get rid of stuff as it comes in. So once my projects are done, I just throw my tags away. So sorry I couldn't show you the tags, but if you have any questions, you can drop them below. I'll try to answer them. We have been crafting, we have been baking, we have been decorating. The holidays are like kind of over-ish. We're like right in that confusing part of the year where it's like you're in between holidays, you're just kind of hanging out. But yeah, we've been crafting, we've been making cookies, we've been decorating, we've been watching Christmas movies. It's been fun. We celebrated Yule. Just a wild, crazy, relaxing time of the year. But yeah, thank you for coming to hang out with me today. I enjoyed sharing all of the things I've been working on. I know it was quick. It was quick and dirty, but if you have any questions about any of my projects, or if you want to know like anything about the yarns I used, ask them below. I'll find like where I wrote them down. They should be on the Ravelry pages too. There should be notes on the yarns. But yeah, thanks for coming to hang out with me today. Thanks for letting me chat about my holiday projects I made and what I've been working on. And I am excited that you have been with me throughout this year. If you have, next month will be like my 1 year podcasting, which is super crazy and super exciting. And I'm just trying to think of like some goals for that. I think going into 2024, I just want to continue to work through my stash, and I definitely want to spin more. I did pick up, oh man, I've probably picked up 12 to 16 ounces of fiber this year because I was trying not to buy yarn, so I bought fiber instead, which is not healthy, but it is what it is. And so I do want to spend more this year. I'm excited to do that, and then just kind of continue working through my stash. I have a few projects lined up, and then of course like socks and stuff. But yeah, I'll get off here because I'll just continue to ramble about things I'm gonna make. You know, but hooray. Until we talk again, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and I can't wait to see you probably next month. Bye.